All right, hi guys. Becca and I are making a game called Access This. As you can see here, we are exploring selection of universal access techniques, and it's a simple game made up of different environments along the way, and each player is given a disability card and three modification cards that they can use to modify the environments that they happen to land on throughout the game. And each environment also consists of an activity that you do at each location. And so, for example, we'll play the game here, but for example, a disability you might run into is no expressive speech. And we'll start here and we'll go to a clothing store. And so you have three modification cards, and the way the game is scored is if you can use your modification cards, for example, a tactile aid, spatial arrangement, or just change the task. If you can use those modifications to safely and effectively accomplish what you need to accomplish in that environment. So we'll play it for you here. Right, and the first one around the board is the winner. I'll be the hippo, and Becca has decided to be Mr. Brain.
Oh, yeah.
So, are you ready, Becca?
Almost.
All right.
Okay. So, the first space that we're going to end up at is the sports venue / arena. All right, so you only dealt yourself in.
Oh, sorry.
And we're just going to pick one modification that we think will best fit the problem that we're having and see if we can come up with a way to move forward. And if we can't, the other person has a choice to steal the move if they're better able to come up with an idea.
Yep.
Okay, would you like to go first or would you like me to start, Chris?
You can go first.
Okay, my disability is a sequencing problem. Okay, and I have a choice of using a physical or low-tech device, a visual support, or auditory adaptations to make a sports venue more accessible to someone with a sequencing problem. And I think if you're having trouble remembering all the things you would need to do, like give your ticket, move through the environment, actually finding your seat, that could be really hard. But I would bet having just like a visual support of maybe a map of the arena and a list of the steps that they need to do should make them able to move around in the environment. So I feel confident that that should help someone with a problem remembering their steps.
Great. All right, so you can move forward one. Awesome.
All right. All right, so next time I'll have to work on the outdoor park.
So my disability is quadriplegia, full neck range. And I'm going to choose the modification at a sports venue arena of a high-tech device. So I'm going to play that card, the high-tech device card. And so, for example, I would use a high-tech wheelchair using the different control devices that we learned about as far as the halo around the neck to navigate the sports arena and find a seat for myself, find a spot to watch the game. So that's the card I'll play.
Nice. Okay. So I suppose we should try and see if we can come up with devices from other modifications. Shall we keep our same disabilities, Chris?
Sure.
All right. Next time we can also remember to flip over an activity. So getting into an outdoor park, because we're just entering the building or space. So for that should be pretty straightforward with someone with a sequencing problem. because you just walk to where you want to go. So they aren't chewing on the table, are they?
No.
Fred.
Okay. We have a couple other players, game players here that.
Sorry. Okay. So, so to make it,
Roger.
to make it straightforward for someone with a sequencing problem to enter a park, I can't think of a way to make it easier. Chris, a chance to steal.
Oh, wow. A sequencing problem to enter a park.
And you have the choice of, again, auditory adaptations, changing the task, or a physical or low-tech device.
So I think for someone with sequencing problems, you could change the task to enter an outdoor park by wow, let's see here. By just simplifying the steps required for that. So, for example, instead of finding the appropriate entrance,
That they could just walk in from anywhere?
yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll allow it, Hippo.
Wow.
So now you don't even have to come up with an outdoor park
Generous.
adaptation. Okay, so you're entering a bus.
A long distance bus, like a Greyhound bus. All right.
If you're going to Chicago,
Yeah.
you're
So I have quadriplegia. I'm going to play the environmental modification of spatial arrangement. So I would probably need to have the bus. I would need to make sure it was handicapped accessible, and maybe making sure that there was enough space for me to like get a platform or something, like a ramp, or go up to a ramp and then enter. And making sure there was enough space to maneuver my chair to get into the bus.
So to clarify, just like maybe there only being one seat instead of two when
Right.
you're entering the
Or
buses.
the first
so
few
there's
rows.
a wider.
Exactly. First few rows
Yeah.
were taken out so I could maneuver myself into the bus.
Good change. All right. So, since I have I'm going to move on to the distance bus just to see how I feel that would be difficult for someone with a sequencing problem. And we'll each draw a new modification. And the activity this time will be getting to the bathroom. Okay, now if you have a sequencing problem, I think could be kind of complicated because you have to know to take off your seatbelt, get up safely. You should probably be holding like up high while you're moving through the bus. And then it'd be hard to find the latch and the steps of going to the bathroom, all of those. So my modification choices are visual support, a auditory adaptation, or a physical low-tech device to simplify it. And I think a visual support, maybe just highlighting the steps for them, for what they need to do each step of the way, because they need to remember to lock the doors, they need to remember to hold on for balance, all of that. So I think that then someone with a sequencing problem could get to the bathroom.
All right. So my spot is the airport, and getting to the bathroom at the airport with quadriplegia. The modification card I have left is tactile aid.
Do you get to draw new ones?
So yeah, I'm going to draw from the stack.
Okay, so you can choose from a few.
So I want to change the task for going to the bathroom at the airport. So, I got to go. So I can't really change that task. So I'm going to draw another one. Or I'm going to give Becca the opportunity to steal if she can be real creative about this.
Well, I mean, I suppose the only thing I can think of is if instead of instead of needing the bathroom, they had planned ahead and used a catheter, but
Yeah.
and that would change the task, but you still need to empty
Yeah.
those bags, and there's really only one place to do that.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna let you just.
So that's
You
a
can
tough
take
one.
3 cards and pick which one you think is the best way to adapt it.
And the last is visual support. So I'm fresh out. I don't think that would help either. So
Yeah, just draw 3 new ones and see which one you think will help.
I said I could change the activity, I guess, at the airport to use space for intended purpose.
All right, so you're gonna board your flight.
Yep. So I'm going to use another spatial arrangement technique just to make sure that everything is accessible and that I have a couple rows clear in the handicapped section of the flight.
Okay. Well, and that gets you to the end of the board. So, since we're out of time, Chris, I concede you have helped people access this better than I. Good game.
Well done.